Alabama in the final six for maybe the top player in the 26 class. And I'm talking about Jarrett Curtis, the quarterback out of Tennessee. We're going to talk about the Volunteer State Gatorade Player of the Year and Kalen DeBoer making a visit up to the Volunteer State right here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, thumbs up. Let's get this thing started and roll tide, everybody. All right, great to see you guys and roll tide, as I said before. Mick Gillespie here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, thumbs up, brought to you by Pearl River Resort. All right, let me talk about this guy right here because this is in the world of college football, the money position is the quarterback spot, right? And Keelan Russell, 5-star quarterback out of Duncanville, Texas, ended up at Alabama as part of this year's class. Next year, could Alabama possibly land the best quarterback in the country? And if he's not, he's arguably the best, depending on what recruiting service you're looking at. But, of course, I'm talking about Jarrett Curtis, the 5-star out of Tennessee. Now, Kalen DeBoer, Nick Sheridan, up in his neck of the woods to talk to him. And, I think it's a good thing. I mean, they have been really blanketing the area around the state of Alabama. I felt like that was a weakness last year. 24/7 Sports says that he is the number 1 quarterback and the number 4 overall player. Different recruiting services can say what they want, but I think it's pretty easy to know that if you're keeping an eye on recruiting in Alabama, this is a guy out of Nashville Christian that you really want to be in the mix for. So he's down to 6 schools now, and ironically, Tennessee's not one of them. But Oregon, Georgia, who, by the way, was a former commit of Georgia and then backed out of that, Alabama, South Carolina, Ohio State, and there's Auburn creeping into that top 6. But big kid, 6'4", 220, Nashville area. And this is one of those recruitments that I think that Kalen DeBoer is kind of right up this guy's alley, right? Big guy mentioned before, but look at this, what he's been able to accomplish in high school. 7,665 yards, 92 touchdowns, and 19 interceptions in 37 games. Ton of experience for this guy. I mean, it's like playing a lot of snaps there to pull that off. So, interestingly enough, mentioned that this is his top 6. He's been to Alabama before. He's made an official visit before, and they'll try to get him back on campus again. But he was a Georgia commit and then backed out of that. And the services say, well, he's still going to end up at Georgia, right? So we'll find out. But he did set some dates. I think with the way that the NIL situation is, and obviously the transfer portal, getting guys on campus matters because he may go somewhere else and be like, you know what, I don't really like it. I want to go to Alabama. Or you end up with the money, the NIL money to go ahead and pay someone like this. I think Bama fans feel like Keelan Russell's the future of that quarterback spot. But the one thing that we can sell to these recruits is, look, we have had a pipeline of quarterbacks that have gone on to the NFL. And as many weaknesses as we saw at the end of the season with Jalen Milroe, he's going to be the same thing. He's going to end up being a 1st or 2nd round pick, I think. But, I mean, look at, Jalen Hurts. He's got the Eagles a game away from the Super Bowl. If Tua could stay healthy, he'd be one of the best quarterbacks out there. Mac Jones, all of these guys that came through. Look at Bryce Young. Hey, remember all those people that wanted to give up on Bryce Young? Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. So, we'll keep an eye on that. He's got Oregon, Georgia, another Georgia visit, South Carolina. And as I said, last year he swung by and visited Tuscaloosa. NFL, I got to tell you, man, my heart's broken right now that my Ravens let me down. I feel bad for Derrick Henry. And I look at the way that Mark Andrews kept dropping all those passes including the one that would have tied the game on that 2-point conversion. But Derrick Henry just underutilized in the playoffs by these Ravens. Still fun watching all those Bama guys out on the field at the same time. So let me remind you guys that we really appreciate our friends at DraftKings for being a part of what we do here and get this thing going. And I notice the haircut. I want you to notice the haircut. We've got just a few games left this season with 8 teams battling it out to make the conference championships. Get in on the action right now with my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. They are offering all new customers $200 in bonus bets instantly after betting just $5. Don't let this offer slip away. Download the DraftKings app now and sign up using our promo code Bama Tailgate. The crown is yours. Stay in on the action and use your $200 in bonus bets on DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together from the same game. Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on in-progress games right as they happen, making watching the game that much more exciting. If sports betting is not available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have a shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use our promo code Bama Tailgate, bet just $5 on any wager, and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code Bama Tailgate only at DraftKings Sportsbook. I guess as we move forward, we'll be keeping an eye on Jalen Hurts. And how about Devontae Smith, his teammate? We're talking about the Eagles. They will play the Commanders, the old Washington Redskins, in the NFC Championship game, and then it'll be the Bills and the Chiefs in the AFC. So those are your 2 matchups to go to Super Bowl 59. But how about Smitty? He's already caught 35 passes, 481 yards, and 7 career playoff games to become the Eagles' all-time leading wide receiver in the postseason, which is so crazy, but this is the heyday of Eagles football. So, like Eagles fans know that this is, they got a chance to win the Super Bowl again. They've been there, they've won one, they've lost a couple of times. And then, next Sunday, the games will determine, who does what and what happens there. We'll keep an eye on basketball. Guys, please watch the shows with my man Catfish. The show he does is great. Catfish Courtside. I know some of you are like, well, you know what? I'm not a huge basketball fan, or I don't really get into it until the tournament. But those shows are good. We did the bracketology show, and we'll keep doing that. The Joe Lenardi, Bama ended up in basketball back to the 4th spot, which is where they were. So they lost, but then they won. So it's put them right back there, and good for them, right? I think that this team's really talented, and they play with the intensity that they did in Kentucky. They're really tough to beat. All right, look here, back to this camera angle. Now, what I want to show you guys is this. These are my pride and joys right here. This is my collection, the studio collection, championship prints, right? From Daniel Moore, newlifeart.com. Use our promo code Bama Tailgate, same one you use for DraftKings, and you get 20% off at checkout at newlifeart.com. So all the classics on there, the big stuff, the big canvas prints, these guys right here. If you want the small ones, you want the mugs, you want the calendars, all of that stuff, 20% off. Just the only thing that it excludes are the new releases, right? So take advantage of that and do like I did, pimp out your man cave and do it well. And then finally, as we talk to you here today, our channel's always presented by our friends at Pearl River Resort, and it has been just fun going over there, staying at the clubhouse at Dancing Rabbit with country music stars Steve Azar, Jake Coker, our friend Bo Bounds. We've had such a great time over there. Ryan Griffin and the crew hanging out, and then swinging over to Philip M. Steakhouse and eating steaks and having a good time. You guys are welcome to come do the same exact thing. the Azaleas and the Oaks, the golf course over there, it's fantastic. And you don't even need a membership. And if you go to the sports book at Golden Moon Casino, put down $50, you can play that golf course for $40. And I'm telling you, you'll thank me if you like golf, because it is an absolutely gorgeous golf course. But table games and slots, Golden Moon and Silver Star Casino got some great acts coming up, some concerts. So check it all out, and we appreciate them. And we'll see what happens as Kalen DeBoer and the crew hit the recruiting trail. They've got one guy in that class of 26. One. So, hey, let's make it two. Come on, Curtis. You want to come to Alabama? Roll Tide. Thanks, guys.
To Pearl River Resort.